Hollywood, the playground of the rich and famous. The scoops are hot, and we're ready to get 'em. The Movie Take Radio podcast starts now. Hey, everyone, welcome into Movie Take Radio. It's your boy Dallas. Hope you're all having a great week. Just looking at the calendar, and it's nearly April. Oh my goodness, hard to believe. We're a quarter of the way into the year already. I mean, we've already gotten so much. We've already got Batman v Superman. We already got Deadpool. And we already have gotten some new shows, and some of our shows are coming back. So it's great. I can't wait for the summer and can't wait for the fall. Okay, let's dive in. So, Arrow returns with an all-new episode tonight, returning from Hades with the episode Beacon of Hope, which is episode number 17 out of 23, so we got 6 more episodes to go. But over time, we are starting to notice trends with Arrow on whether it has it run its course. Now, of course, the show has been renewed for season 5, but its ratings are, you could say, not very stellar, and it's just grown very bad. So, the question for today's radio show: how bad has Arrow become? How bad has Arrow become? Well, first of all, it's become very bad. Arrow is a show that started out as the Daredevil of superhero films, superhero TV shows. Arrow was a show that started out great, but fell because of one character. And I'll get into that as we go. Arrow has become very bad, in case many of you haven't noticed. Let's just get that out of the way. Arrow has become a very bad TV show. It is the lowest of all the TV shows of comic books. And I'm going to tell you why that has arisen. This is a summary, basically, of why Arrow has fallen. Point number one of why Arrow has become bad: The Flash. The Flash changed the way we look at comic book TV shows. The Flash changed everything. It had writers from Arrow jumping ship from Arrow. And it changed the tone of Arrow because they left Mark Cunningham. He's not the best of writers to leave in charge of a show. He's done a good job on some episodes, but he's also done a very bad job on a lot of episodes. I mean, I was banging my head against the wall. I nearly started bleeding because I banged my head so much after the season 3 finale. I mean, that was ridiculous. And then this new showrunner, Wendy Mersel, she hasn't done much of a better job either. Arrow has been compromised by a lot of factors. And, as I say, one of the main characters, or one of the supporting characters, not a main character, supporting character. The main character is Oliver Queen, which is the Green Arrow. There is one person that has managed to sabotage this show and turn it into an utter disgrace. And I'm sure you know who that person is. Felicity. Felicity has managed to wipe away 2 awesome seasons. Arrow is just... I'm disgusted with Arrow. I'm disgusted at how it's gone. I'm disgusted at how they've treated the Green Arrow. I'm disgusted at how they've treated his backstory. I'm disgusted that they won't honor his character by having him have the goatee. Well, I mean, they did in the pilot episode, but yeah, that's a cop-out, if you ask me. I'm disgusted with how they've handled this show. How bad has Arrow become? It's become god-awful. And I'm going to go into more reasons. One of the main reasons this show has gone down, my friends, Felicity. That is the key reason why the show has gone down. Now, you can have fangirls argue that Felicity and her crap, in other words, and Felicity, which is just total crap as well, has actually increased the ratings. No. No, I don't believe that. The goodwill of seasons 1 and 2 is why the people came. They came because they saw what they were missing, or they left after season 1 but came back after season 2 because they saw what they realized they were missing. I came back. I jumped ship after season 2 because I mean, there were some episodes that sort of dragged for me and I was busy doing my own work, which, because I'm still in school, or I'm nearly done, and I jumped ship. But when season 3 came back, I stayed with it because I was excited, because I wanted to come back. Season 3 was I can't say. I'm sorry. I'm not going to curse on the radio with what Arrow became. And what makes me mad the most about why Arrow has become so bad, it's almost as worse as watching Green Lantern or Catwoman, and those are movies. But sitting through 40-minute episodes of this has almost become as bad as watching Catwoman or Green Lantern or Batman and Robin. And guess whose fault it is? The fault on how bad this show has become lies with not only the showrunners, Mark Cunningham, Greg Berlanti. I mean, I realize he's on The Flash and Supergirl, but I still hold him responsible for how bad the show has become because he's still guiding the way. It's not only the fault of the showrunners and the writers. The writers like this garbage. They like this just disgusting material. They like it. They're the only ones. Now, guess whose fault? Let's play devil's advocate. Guess whose fault it is? Tumblr fans and fangirls that like CW soap operas. That are almost as bad. This is almost as bad and as something on, I don't know, NBC or CBS. I don't care. I don't know which ones there are, but it's almost as bad as Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. That's how bad Arrow has become. I mean, if they were to have a vigilante in Days of Our Lives, let's say, it would look almost the same as Arrow. I mean, Arrow has better set pieces, but whatever. They have brought their standards so low, they've compromised for Tumblr fans, for Twitter fans, and fangirls. Fangirls that live in a fantasy world with this illicity stuff. I can think of a much stronger word than stuff, but I'm not going to say it. Moving on. I hate everything about Arrow fans. I hate everything about illicity fans. And I can't stand young women who watch these shows in general. And I'm going to tell you why. I can't stand them because they dictate how this show goes. They alienate the comics. An example is when Stephen Amell on his Twitter posted a picture from Legends of Tomorrow when he guest starred on the show and did the episode, which was in 2046. I believe it was episode number 6, I believe. He had the goatee. He had the Green Arrow suit. He had the robotic arm. He looked like the Green Arrow. That looked like, I was like, oh my gosh. That was the Green Arrow. I just witnessed something that I had dreamed of, that I had hoped would become after seasons 1 and I guess partly through 2, because part of season 2 went into this illicity BS. And I had hoped for it. And it just didn't. These fangirls are driving Mark Cunningham and Stephen Amell nuts with this illicity garbage. They can't do the Green Arrow story right. You know how insane these fangirls are? A fangirl literally tweeted Stephen Amell and said you and Felicity should get together, or you and Emily Beck Records, the Ricards, I don't know what her name is, the actor that plays Felicity, that they should get together, and she said something vulgar. I don't know what she said. But Stephen Amell's reply was, "No, I'm married. No thanks. I'm already married, or I'm already taken." That's insanity. Trying to pair up two people that are probably friends, I guess, because they work together so much. But trying to pair them in reality is almost as bad as them trying to pair them up in fiction. I mean, that's pathetic. I'm telling you that right now. That's pathetic. That's almost as bad. I can't think of anything worse. Oh, you could say, oh, it's not that bad. It's better than Twilight. This is on the level as Twilight. I'm not kidding. I haven't really seen Twilight, but this is almost as bad. This is almost as horrid as 50 Shades of Grey. So how bad has Arrow become? It's become very bad. It's become terrible. It's become an abomination against humanity. And what's worse is that they might... Alright, let me get into this. There's someone going in the grave. You know, they've been teasing that since episode 1. Someone is going to die, and it's going to be permanent. And the prevailing rumor is that it's, spoiler alert, Laurel, aka Black Canary. I'm going out of my mind, because if that's true, well, I mean, I barely watch, but if that's true, that's ridiculous, because that's the Green Arrow's true love. That's his love, the love of his life, man. He belongs with the Black Canary. That's his other half. Felicity is not his other half. She actually makes him worse. Now, the screenwriting, the writing is that the main female character is supposed to make Oliver a better person. Now, they're trying to shoehorn this. He's trying to become a better person stuff. That's not the Green Arrow. That is far from it. Felicity has made Oliver worse. I can't stand Oliver because he's become a wuss. He's just totally mediocre. He was a bad A when he was in season 1. He was amazing. He was a dark person, but I realized Green Arrow was not always dark in the comics, but it was, it's a hard topic to explain off the top of my head. And it saddens me that Arrow has become just mediocrity. That's what it is. It's just become... It's like the Dallas Cowboys, which ironically has my name in it. Lol. The Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, who just wins headlines, that Stephen A. always says on First Take every day. I watch his show. You're doing a good job, buddy. He always talks about how Jerry Jones is the walking piece of mediocrity who wins headlines. And anytime I think of the Dallas Cowboys, I always think of yours truly, Arrow. Not me. I mean, the Arrow. I can't believe it. I mean, 2 years ago, Arrow was not this. You wouldn't have considered it this. You would have considered it one of the best shows on television. It was the Daredevil of superhero TV shows. And it's god awful. I'm sorry. It's just... Actually, I'm not sorry. To Stephen Amell, I apologize for these fangirls that are just driving you nuts with this Felicity and Olicity garbage. I mean, my God, I'm sorry, man. I apologize, because the true fans of Arrow, the true fans of the Green Arrow, we do not represent that. Do not associate. I mean, I was at one point a fan. I quit watching. I mean, I couldn't take it anymore. I mean, my God. I watched better things I needed something better to do with my time. And Stephen Amell, I apologize, man. My goodness. So how bad has Arrow become? My friends, it's become very bad. And I have one piece of advice for you. If you see a girl comment about how sexy Stephen Amell is, or talks about Felicity in any manner, shape, or form, block them immediately. No joke. Block them. Get them out of your sight. Do not associate yourself with them. They are disgraceful. They are so pathetic. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling that to you, Elicity fans, right now. You guys are so pathetic. You are the worst fan base. I say you're the worst fan base in the world. You are worse than cult fans of things. You guys are the worst fan base in the world. I'm sorry. You guys are the worst. And I can't stand you guys. Oh my gosh. I can't. I hate you guys because you guys make everyone's life just. You've actually manipulated how a show goes. You manipulated the tone of it. And I can't stand you guys for that. It's disgraceful. It's just totally wrong. It's just totally ridiculous. And Arrow had a lot of potential to go on for a long time that was actually good. But now they're stuck with 2 million people. And even that 2 million is starting to jump ship. It's unfortunate. How bad, like, the main question was of this show, of Movie Take Radio's show today. How bad has Arrow become? I can ask you guys that question, and I'm sure it'll probably be a mixed bag. A few will say, oh, it's not that bad. It's actually gotten a bit better. Some of you say, it's gone down. It's a dead carcass floating in the ocean. Or some say, it's not entirely bad, but it's still bad. I think it's gone down. I think it's just disgraceful. I'm disgusted with this show. I say stay away from it. I can't, I mean, yes, people watch it sometimes because, crossovers with The Flash or connections to the universe, Starling City, they had Vixen. I actually came back to watch Arrow because Vixen. That's funny. Bringing me back to watch just because of Vixen. That's funny. Well, Mark, you got your ratings. And don't forget, let's not forget John Constantine. I came back to watch him. Congratulations, Mark. You managed to pull me in because you had some high-level guest spots. Congratulations. I'm shaking my head, people. I'm shaking my head. Well, guys, that's all I got for you today. I don't know if I will be doing this on a daily basis because I do work full-time now. I have been working full-time. So it's hard for me to come up with news topics for Movie Take Radio. I hope to do more subjects. Like, I hope to do longer shows. I hope to do more topics, more debates with more answer certain questions like, what I answered yesterday about the Batman v Superman's criticism and, do stuff like this. I hope to bring more content. If more of you guys subscribe and more of you guys click like in my videos, or, podcasts, then I'll keep going. I'm just starting out. This is my second podcast. I can't wait to do more. I love doing it, and I hope to bring more to you guys. That's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time.